I made 3 terrible mistakes today that cost me about $9,000. But what I'm doing with these losses, I'm taking them, I'm journaling from them, and I'm learning how I cannot make these mistakes again. So then tomorrow I can be profitable. Welcome to my channel. I'm Soul Maniac, and I'm about to showcase you everything that happened today in our live stream today, where we live day traded on Kick and Twitch. I would love for you to follow us and subscribe to us on there if you would like to live trade with us. I'm taking you guys through my learning journey of trading and my journey to become profitable. I've been working on this really this year when it comes to the prop firms since about March, like really hard learning on it. But I've been day trading now for 2 to 3 years, and this has been a long journey. It's not been an easy journey. It's been one of my hardest journeys I've ever taken part of. But yeah, let's get into today's trades. Let me show you what do we do on Bitcoin and Nasdaq. We're gonna look at Bitcoin today on the trades that we took. In hindsight, now that I'm looking at the trades and the trade and what it did on the charts, in hindsight, I probably should have waited. And honestly, not even taking a trade today on Bitcoin. I considered this right here, this wick down here, a sweep of liquidity, okay? Sweeping this low. Could it be considered a sweep of liquidity? Yeah, it did tap into this, but not how I like it. It's not my A+ picture perfect setup. So I'm going to chop this one on Bitcoin up as a mistake. It did almost win, but it actually ended up losing. The blessing is we were able to take off a little bit of our risk, so we didn't take a full loss on this one, which is our around $50. I think we lost around $30-ish on this trade. I'll show you the P&L in a little bit, but let me break it down. I made the mistake of thinking this is a 5-minute sweep of liquidity, okay? And I took my 1-minute kill shot on Bitcoin. So what do I do there? I go down to the 1 minute. Once we get that sweep of liquidity, I wait for a 1-minute inverse fair value gap. As you can see right here, 1 minute inverse fair value gap. Hits that, and then on this candle here, it taps us in. We get tapped in and immediately go into profit. We didn't sit in drawdown at all. Price was ripping up and almost 2R TP at 2R, because our original stop loss was down here. At 2R, almost hit it. We were able to move stops to this 5-minute order block right here. That then when pushed up, we were able to move our stop loss to this 5-minute order block. And as you can see, we were ripping up, and almost hit our take profit. Super close, super close. And then it literally ripped down all the way to our stop loss. So I was pretty bummed with that. Bummed that we weren't able to lock in our profit up on this trade. But this is the first losing trade in a little while. It's been a little bit since we've taken a loss on Bitcoin. But here is the P&L on this trade. We ended up losing $37.30 on this trade, so not too bad. We were able to take off some risk, but in hindsight, this should have been a trade we never took. So in my journaling that I journaled for this trade, I've journaled that this should never have been taken. It was not a clear liquidity sweep. It just shouldn't have been done, and I made the mistake. This is kind of my first real day of locking in on this 1-minute kill shot strategy that I built out. And I made the mistake. I also made the same mistake on Nasdaq today too. So I made that note, and I need to make sure I never do that again. Here's the A+ setup that I'm looking for that I should have taken. Well, I shouldn't have taken, but what I'm looking for. This example right here on Bitcoin is a great example of taking the proper liquidity sweep on Bitcoin. Price on the 5-minute comes up, taps into a previous external range liquidity level, and instead of breaking through it, wicks off really hard. And then if you go down the 1 minute, and take this first inverse fair value gap, as you can see, that one hits and that one works perfectly. Like, look at that trade. That would have been an amazing trade if you were able to take that one. When did this one happen? Thursday at 2 a.m. This was during the London session. But that is a picture perfect setup for me. That's what I'm looking for when I talk about a liquidity sweep on the 5, and I messed that up today. So we've taken note, and we're not going to make that mistake again. Hopefully. Now let's break down Nasdaq, and how did we do on Nasdaq? What are the trades we did? What are the learning lessons we take away from today? Nasdaq this morning, I wish I was up at when Red Folder News came in, because there was a picture perfect setup with this massive liquidity sweep, and then you drop down to the 1 minute on Nasdaq, and it literally inverts a fair value gap and literally just runs all morning. Just runs up for you, and you could have taken that advantage all the way to day high, but I wasn't there at that time. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to wait for market open, right, which is this line right here. market opens. I wanted to see some form of manipulation in the market. As you can see, when the market went down here, this is where I made the mistake. Okay, this is where I made the mistake this morning. I took this as, just like Bitcoin, I took this as a liquidity sweep, went down to the 1 minute. I tried to take this first inversion here, never tapped me in. I attempted to, never tapped me in. Then I did this inversion right here. It inversed here and then stopped me out on the trade. It ended up hitting my take profit, but it ended up stopping me out before it hit the take profit on this trade. As you can see right here, we inverse the fair value gap, get tapped in, and then immediately get stopped out. And that would have hit for 20 points if we did not get stopped out. As you can see, it eventually runs up to our take profit, but it first stopped me out on this trade. So that was the first loser of the morning. Then over here, I made a complete mistake. I accidentally put it in an order. I was like messing around with this little fair value gap here, and I wanted to see like, oh, is price going to invert this or not? And I didn't realize I confirmed the order to go long, and it literally went and stopped me out. I don't even know what I was doing. I literally was like, I was super distracted, and like, it was just not good. It ended up stopping me out. And like, this was a complete, just stupid mistake that should have never happened. It should have never happened at all. Then that one was just a wash. That was like, I don't even know what is going on in my head. Then we get another trade, and this one I followed to a T. It just didn't work today in the model, and that's okay. I'm not. This is the only trade today that I'm not frustrated with. That I followed the model, it just happened to not play out. What it did was here, it hit this high, swept this 5-minute high right on this liquidity. It came down on the 1 minute. I was waiting for it to inverse the fair value gap. There was no fair value gaps. Once we had this liquidity sweep up here, there's no fair value gaps until this one down here. We inverse the fair value gap right on this candle. I had my position set up. We get tapped in on this candle here, and then the next one takes our stop loss. This was another 10-point stop that we ended up losing. This one I'm not too upset with. It just didn't work out. Today was also a very choppy day, and that's a bummer. It is what it is. I'm not gonna get super frustrated with it. But the thing I do love about this new strategy is if I execute the 1 minute kill shot properly, it is excellent in the risk management. I'm only ever risking 10 points to then make 20, which almost happens immediately when it works out well. And then you take off 2/3 at 20 points. And then hopefully the 1/3 left of your position allows for a runner. So when I've backtested this, I've gotten pretty amazing results, and I'm still going through my backtest. I'm not going to showcase my backtesting yet until I get a little bit more data. Then in one of these live sessions, I'll showcase my data that I have for my backtesting session. But I'm very, very happy on these trades, right? On these trades I'm taking, I'm only risking $60 to make $120. Okay. And then if the take profit is hit, even if it comes back to hit my stop loss, I still end the trade green. So I'm really, really excited on this one. I totally messed up today. I wasn't following the model. That's what it was. I wasn't following the model how I should. And after journaling, after reviewing the market, after and doing this like video, it's really helpful to do these. I see what I did wrong, and I'm hoping that tomorrow I can execute better and be a better trader tomorrow and learn from my red days. Red days, you're not failing. Red days you should be treating as a day that you can learn from your mistakes and how can you apply those mistakes to be better the next day. Here's today's ending P&L. We lost $9,394.38. About $253 in each account is what we lost. And we shouldn't even taken the one. We should have been under $200 in losses today. That one trade that was a complete mistake. It should have never happened. And I'm super frustrated with that one, but it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope these losses and this, like, I'm trying to be real with you guys on my learning journey. I'm trying not to hide anything. I'm trying to show the losses, and I'm going to show the winners. But I hope this is helpful. I really do. I hope these videos help someone out there. I hope it helps someone also who might be struggling to be profitable, showcase that not everyone in this world is just making, like TGR style money or, different types of traders who are just killing it. Like they're killing it. And I think a lot of people don't realize they went through a time like this too. TJR actually, I think, does a really good job at showcasing some of his hardest days in trading, but it's taken him years and years and years to get to the point where he's at now. I hope one day I can be as good of a trader like TJR or like Casper or FX Alex or some of these other traders that are just killing it. And it makes me excited because like this work I'm putting in, I know one day I will get there, but I got to go through this journey of losing. Like the only way you learn, the only way you grow and get to that point is you got to go through these days that suck. And yeah, I hope this encourages someone. But yeah, like and subscribe, and I will hope to see you guys tomorrow in my live stream or just in the comments down below. Let me know if you have any questions.